So this was an interesting headline to see today because it looks like a certain starlet is losing a lot of high-profile backing. This isn't the only place that they're losing that at, too, which we'll talk about in this video. As the title implies, somebody's time might well be up, but it looks like it's not going to be Johnny Depp's. So hey there. Now before we begin, this is our second comic book. Link is in the description, and it had a 30-day extension added to it because we were allowed to do so. Now it's how we maintain sponsor-free living. We can talk about this even though the platform doesn't like it. We can go out, challenge the mainstream, and so much more. More on that at the end of the video, and thank you for checking it out. So when it comes to that certain starlet we're going to be talking about today, I find this to be fascinating because she had everything out there and managed to throw it all away. I mean, if you look at the support that's being withdrawn in a headline like this that also came out, you'll notice that the petition to drop AH, we're going to call her AH because this platform doesn't like her name, from Aquaman 2, nears 500,000 signatures. This has 500,000 people asking for her not to be employed on that movie, and you have the media talking about it. Could you have imagined that just a few years ago? Now, apparently, as this headline and many other headlines out there implied today, we aren't the only ones that are paying attention. Apparently, her legal team is also noting this, and you have some huge, high-profile names that are deciding to drop out on this. Here, for example, you have Roberta Kaplan mentioned, and this isn't the only person that drops out, but Roberta Kaplan is an interesting one to lose because of who exactly they are. See, these lawyers are going to give you some run-of-the-mill generic excuses out there. But when you look these folks up, yeah, they wouldn't stop just because there were travel restrictions or because there were viral concerns. No, these are people that have been out there. They have been out in the spotlight. And big wins, if they thought they could secure them, nothing, and I mean nothing, could keep them away. So I want you to think about this for just a second. And it's captured in this sentence here. Not only are we talking about AH's legal team losing a very high-profile attorney, we're not only talking about losing someone that has very successfully argued in venues like the Supreme Court, we're also talking about somebody that is lost that is the co-founder of the Time's Up movement. Now, we're talking about the Time's Up movement here. Well, let's just check out this easily defined description. Time's Up movement. The Time's Up is a movement against sexual harassment and was founded on January the 1st, 2018 by Hollywood celebrities in response to the Weinstein effect and a certain hashtag out there. Now, as December 2018, it has raised more than $22 million for its legal defense fund and has gathered nearly 800 volunteer lawyers. So in that, you have the money to fight something. You have all the lawyers that you need, and this would be a prime example of a case that you would want to take down if you thought that you could win it. See, any excuse out there that tells you that a lawyer that is attached to this wouldn't want to take down a Johnny Depp, and something as innocuous as we're going to see, yeah, you tell me, does that seem to make sense at all? So this is from the Blast article, and I found this to be fascinating because they talk about in new legal documents that they had obtained, Kaplan, along with several other attorneys. So we're not just talking about one attorney here, we're talking about several people filed asking a judge to approve them to be dropping out of the case, and they say that AH has endorsed this decision. Now, I find that to be fascinating, considering if this were a Time's Up case, well, you wouldn't have to worry about money. So I wonder how this is moving forward there, if this is attached to Time's Up at all, and if it's not, why wouldn't that be? I mean, if you think you could take Johnny Depp down that way, why wouldn't you attach that to it and utilize much of that money that's out there? So it continues on, saying, according to the filing, the undersigned moves for entry of an order permitting. So this would be Roberta Kaplan, they typo that, John Quinn, Julie Fink, Davida Brooke to withdraw as counsel of record for defendant AH. So you have multiple people people here wanting to withdraw. Now, the reasoning that we're going to get with this, there's going to be a little bit of this, so we're going to have this portion and another person, but AH will have a Virginia-based attorney now leading the case in that state from now on, saying, quote, in addition to the undersigned, who is remaining in this matter as counsel of record to AH has retained the services of another trial counsel located in Virginia, and they give the name on that. The document continues, all withdrawing counsel are currently admitted pro hac vice. AH will still be represented by the undersigned Virginia counsel. Now, as they note in this, the Aquaman actress seems to be in on the decision, and the filing says that she agrees with this sudden move. AH does not object to the withdrawal of the withdrawing counsel and has endorsed the proposed order granting leave to the withdrawal. Now, that seems really irregular, though, and you really have to ask why, which people did. And you're going to get this excuse coming up. Plus, you're going to have Johnny Depp's team ask, well, maybe that doesn't sound right. Now, when asked about this, we're going to get the following statement. And again, I find this to be fascinating, considering what they say versus what's left unspoken. So a spokesman for Kaplan, Hecker, and Fink LL told The Blast, quote, we believe AH and we believe in AH. Does this feel like they believe in AH here, too? Again, we're talking about co-founder of Time's Up deciding to step away. Why? Here you go. We have been proud to serve as AH's counsel in the strange and unexpected circumstance of today's world as travel and logistics have become more costly in the light of this certain situation. You know what we're talking about here with the beer bug. We understand the decision to move case to local Virginia-based trial counsel. So they're moving to Virginia-based trial counsel. That's supposedly why they're pushing away. It makes you wonder, again, maybe what people have been telling AH, if people actually feel like this is a winnable case. Again, so many questions come up in this. Johnny Depp's attorney, Adam Waldman, also notes in this that he doesn't seem to be convinced of the reasoning behind the change in counsel and told The Blast, for years, hashtag Time's Up and others inexplicably hitched their wagons to AH's abuse hoax. AH's lawyers, one of whom co-founded the hashtag Time's Up Legal Defense Fund, has now apparently unhitched from AH's long disproven fraud. We intend to discover why. Yet it does make you wonder there. What exactly would drive them away? I mean, they decided they would stick to this despite all of the evidence that it came out before. They continued to stick with that as the media went in and tried to defend. That they feel that this groundswell of support we're seeing for Johnny Depp maybe actually has some validity to it. Do they understand that they've been backing that wrong proverbial horse? Like I said at the beginning of this, more and more people are waking up to the fact that this person, they are not what they claim to be. In 2016, they put out audacious claims. 2018, we found out that the ACLU had backed this person as a spokesperson. And well, we found out so much more about the abuse claims and on. In this, you have had people waking up by the 500,000 here. 443,757 people have signed on to this, for example. This is one of multiple Change.org petitions asking for things like AH to be removed from Aquaman 2. Now, in this, too, I want to make this perfectly clear. I'm not endorsing this move. I do not go this way. I don't believe in canceling anyone's jobs. I believe the company should be smart enough to read those proverbial tea leaves and know when to get out themselves. See, when looking over that article, I couldn't help but wonder, is this team actually waking up to the reality of what this person is? Are they afraid of backlash for other things, like the thing that we're looking at in front of you? See, the other day, I talked about this picture here, and I talked about the reality versus the fantasy of it, whether this was real or not. And in this, I said that it could get you canceled either way. I mean, if this picture is real here, then you have AH saying that they're at a BLM protest. They're looking on in shock, and it looks like here that they're standing in and having a picture made with an officer while saying that they support, quote-unquote, brown and black lives. Now, if that is real, that's bad for them. On that progressive slope. If it's not real, this person here saying, I'm standing next to you, actually turns out to be this person here, and it's starting to look more and more like it. Well, it doesn't look good either. And like I said, in that kind of stuff will get you canceled faster than anything out there, like abusing a man, because really, these people, they never cared about the abuse allegations before. Why would they start caring about it now? I want to remind you again of what Johnny Depp's lawyer said in that. He said, after years of inexplicably hitching their wagon to that claims of abuse by AH, these people, they decided to unhitch it. They decided to unhitch it over claims that, travel, it might be difficult in this new social landscape. Do you buy into that? Because I, for not a second, can buy into that. And it makes me wonder, just like his team is wondering, what exactly transpired. I think that they know that they have a losing case, but it makes me wonder, is there more evidence out there where they give an advice and, someone won't listen to it? Or is it something like this where they're afraid of the backlash too? Anyway, give me an idea of what you think on this. And regardless, what a mess up. What a mess up indeed. So to close, I want to introduce you to our second comic book, Another Case for the Littlest Umbrella, which had a 30-day extension, so we have 29 days remaining. Link is in the description. We could definitely use your help. This is a 40-page, all-age, full-color Lovecraftian extravaganza. It's in the works right now. We're doing everything on it. And in this, we can avoid sponsorship. We can maintain a sponsor-free living and talk about whatever we want. This platform doesn't like this discussion. We can go out, challenge the mainstream, one that forgot about comic book fans and more. We can go out, challenge crazies who said we would fail, and we can make a good comic book to boot. Join in with us on that, and thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate your time, and let me know what you think about this and more. Thank you.